Hello everyone and welcome to my stamp studio. So today is Tuesday, August 11th, and it is our episode 2 in our 12 by 12 paper magic. Can't wait to share tonight's projects with you. I had a lot of fun creating them. And again, they're not going to be a card. So if you're hoping to see cards tonight, we're not going to make cards. I know, can you believe it? But I did want to show you different ways to use your 12 by 12 designer series paper. I know we all have lots of it, and with the Stampin' Up! Sale right now, you want to get more. So let's put what you have to use right now. And tonight, really, we're going to focus on non-directional paper. So I'm going to show you what I mean when I put my camera down here. And I think I've got everything ready. I've got kind of scraps all over my table because we're going to be doing a lot. Oh, I need adhesive. So I'm going to flip my camera down. And you're going to see stamp set and dies here. That's because we're going to be using that in 2 of our projects. So let me put this other one away that we don't need. Let me flip my camera down, so if you get dizzy, close your eyes, and I'll let you know when to open them. Okay, close your eyes. All right. Now my die cutting tonight, I'm going to probably be doing off to my side. Because that's not what we're focusing on tonight. We're focusing on our 12 by 12 paper. So I just need to get some seal adhesive here because that's what I really need to use. Seal adhesive and liquid glue is always your friend when making 3D projects, all right? Okay, so the first one, I just need to make sure I'm live here. Let me refresh my screen. Okay, oh yay, I've got the little live circle there. All right, let's go here. So say hello if you're joining me. It helps me know that I'm continually going live. It's not just frozen, so let's get this open. So this is our Seal Plus refill. I ran out last night and I didn't have a chance to replace it, so let's go ahead and pull this out. Throw this other one out. All right, easiest way to do this is to just pick it up this way. So there we go. That way you don't get your hands on the tape. Voila. All right, we can move this out of the way. We'll move this out of the way for right now. And what we're going to start with is, well, we're going to start with the one that takes the longest. Not difficult, but it takes the longest. So this card is just a little pocket folio. You can put some pictures on there. You can put some, maybe if you have a Bible verse or a poem, you can write that on there. And I'm going to switch it up. We're not going to use this paper. The stamp set that I used here was called our Simply Leaves. This is going to be our featured bundle for our September club. Now this comes with a punch. Right, so look forward to that. That will be announced on August 25th. That's when registration opens for our club. All right, so let me show you how to get this one created. I've got extra pieces off to my side here. I just need to move those. And, all right, I'm going to start with that piece now. Okay. Now, when I said non-directional, I mean there's a pattern that doesn't have to be straight up or down. Like this is non-directional. This piece would be directional. All right. It's so much easier to use non-directional paper for this project. Otherwise you're going to be paper piecing. And really this is all about getting this done and creating it. The more pieces, elements that you add, the more, I don't want to say difficult, but the more time consuming it becomes. All right, so we are going to start with cutting our 12 by 12 at 8.5 by 12. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to pull out this arm. So I'm going to go 8.5. Trimming that down. And then it's already 12 inches. I'm going to score my 8.5 inch side at 4 1/4 right away. I'm hoping you can, I think you can see all that. Let's close this arm up here. Okay, so I'm scoring it lightly. I'm going back and forth several times, but I'm scoring it lightly. All right, then I'm going to turn it and I'm going to score it at 6 inches. Pretty easy, right? Nice, easy measurements. We like that. All right, now on our long side here, I'm going to make sure that I'm cutting this right. I did several samples and I was trying with directional paper and I was failing. So I'm like, you know what, we're going to use non-directional. Okay. I'm going to cut along this crease right here. So you can do it with your trimmer or you can do it with your scissors. I'm just going to go ahead and use my trimmer. So I'm going up to my 4 1/4 line here. All right. There we go. So now your paper will be like this. Now let's go ahead and move this off to the side for a moment. And I'm just going to take my bone folder here and give myself some really nice crisp score lines here. Then the hard part becomes, ooh, which side do you want to show more? That's the hardest part on this one. All right, so now here, I'm just going to, let's see how it looks this way. Okay, no, I want to go, sorry, I'm going to go this way because I want my score here to be on the bottom. I'm going to fold my right side over to my left. And again, this is the back, so your left to your right. Give a nice crease. All right, so then, oh, I have it backwards again. Oh, this is how I wanted it. Okay. So now when you open it up, your fold here is going to be at the bottom. All right. So this is my front page, my 2 inside pages, my 2 back pages, and the very back cover. All right. What we're going to do first is we're going to take our corner here and we're going to fold this down, not all the way to the score line, but pretty close. It doesn't have to be exact, just so you know. All right. So we created this little pocket here. Now, before we adhere this, you need to pay attention to what you're doing because we're going to slide stuff in here. So what I like to do is I like to put my adhesive along this side because that's at an angle. I want to make sure that I'm not having adhesive hang off. I'm going to be using my liquid glue for this. And the reason I'm using my liquid glue is I get a much larger pocket versus using my seal, but you can use your seal. But I prefer to use my liquid glue. All right, so I'm going to fold this back up. Give it a nice press. All right. So again, this is my front cover and my inside. Now I have a nice big pocket. I could put adhesive here so nothing falls out. That's totally your choice. And I'm just going to run my bone folder along here. Get my glue really situated there. All right. Okay, so we're going to just push this up off to the side. Now, from our 3 1/2 by 12 piece, I'm going to turn it sideways and I'm going to cut it at 6 inches. All right. So right to your edge of your trimmer is 6 inches. So we'll go ahead, 6 inches. All right, there we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one and I'm going to turn it sideways and I'm going to cut it in half. So it was at 3 1/2, so I have to cut it at 1 3/4. Now, if you want the tutorial for this, if you spend $75 in my online store this month, you will get the 3 tutorials for each of the episodes. Well, the tutorials for each of 3 episodes. So I have these 2 pieces. Now I have this piece here. I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4. All right, just like that. So I have 4 1/4 here. I'm going to turn it and I'm going to cut it in half again. So this is going to be 4 1/4 by 1 3/4. Anyways, as I was saying, if you want the tutorial, you place a $75 order in my online store. That's before shipping and tax, after your rewards, and I will send you this tutorial for free. I'll see your order come in and I'll send it for free. And it also qualifies you to get our 12 project tutorial that the 11 other demonstrators and myself have created for our product of the month. And we will be using the product of the month. It's Glow of Harvest specialty paper. And oh my gosh, is it gorgeous. It is well worth it. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. But I'll be sharing that with you in a little bit. Okay, so we've got our pieces cut here. Now this we can use for a tag. I'm probably going to use it for a little tag. So I'm probably going to cut that in half. All right, let's get going with making our little pockets. All right, so on our front here, I'm just going to take one of these and I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to use the opposite side to create my little pocket in the front. So we'll go ahead and grab our adhesive. Again, I'm going to use my liquid glue because I want that pocket to really stick well, but I want it large enough. When I made my sample, I did not make my pocket large enough. So I had to keep cutting things down. All right, so I just did the 3 sides there. I'll lift it up and I'll put it down. And holy warmness in my room. So for the last 3 or 4 days, it has been freezing in my studio. Like, I couldn't even stand it. It was so cold. Now, I'm roasting. So give me a moment. I have to reopen my vent here. And, of course, there... Oh, I went the wrong way. It's way on the ceiling. So I gotta use my chair. Hang on. Hopefully I don't fall out of my chair. Oh, that's much better. Phew. I thought I was going to melt there. Work with Christmas paper and I was afraid it was going to melt. Okay. All right, so I've got that one done. Oh, probably should have set that down a little bit more. Oh, well. We're going to go to our insides now. I'm going to make all my pockets first. Now this piece here is your 1 3/4 by 6 inches. So it's going to go right there. And oh my gosh. I need to go put my hair up. Holy cow. It's still hot. And again, I have not been hot for days, so I was not expecting to be warm. Whew. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this here. Now, there is this little edge here. I don't like that. So I'm just going to go and grab my trimmer, and I'm going to trim that off. You don't necessarily have to, but I don't like it. I'm moving it. And it really doesn't matter the width of the little pocket here. It was just easy to cut that off. All right, we're going to do that with the other one too. It just happens to be the paper that I picked out. All right, let's throw those away. Okay, we're going to move this. All right, so back to our little folio here. So we've got this side. I need to glue this side on. Oh, I thought I put glue on there and I put it on my table. Oh, panic for a moment. All right. Again, I'm just going to put glue on the 3 sides. A precision tip would be a really good idea to use for this project, if you have that. All right. Because you prevent that from happening. I'm going to put a piece of paper on my table here. Instead of getting it all full of glue. There we go. I got this full of glue. Okay, so now I have my little pocket right here. All right, we're going to open it up to the back page here, and I'm going to put a little pocket here. Again, so here's what I mean by precision tip. It just comes out in a thinner line if it's not clogged. Mine's a little clogged here. And I can tell because I'm really having to squeeze it really hard. All right. Handy dandy pin. Okay, I don't have a handy dandy pin. I'll use this handy dandy needle. Oh, that's going to be too big. Uh-oh, where did my pin go? Oh, please, I'm just looking for my pin. I usually have it right here, and when I was cleaning the other day, I moved it. I'm like, oh, I got to remember to put that back because I'll want it and I won't have it. And I'm not seeing it handy. Well, just not having handy stuff today. Okay, well, I'll just keep trying here. I may have to use my large one. Ah, there we go. I got out the little glue stop. Okay, and I can't do a straight line to save my life here, but oh well. Okay. Anyone else have that problem? All right, so I'm going to put this on my back page here. I'm just adjusting it so it meets my edges. I can look over on the other side and make sure it's not sticking out. And then give it a good press. Make sure that glue goes where it's supposed to there. Okay, so now we have our pages. I need one more pocket. So that is this one. And again, I'm going to trim that little extra edge off. I just feel like it needs to be more finished. Ooh, that wasn't good. Okay. Hold please while I recut this. There. Okay, there's no perfect measurement for this. It's just what you got. All right, again, we're making the pocket. So far, what do you think? Pretty easy, hey? Now the fun part comes because we're going to start embellishing this. So maybe your designer series paper. And when I'm putting this down, I'm not going all the way to that scored edge. I'm leaving just a hair because I don't want it to be blocked when I'm going like that. So what I can do is, if I have a little excess here, I can just trim that with my scissors. Grab my scissors here and just trim it. There. All right. So I've got my pages all done, my pockets all done. Let's get to decorating. Right here, I'm going to end up putting, what are they called? Poinsettia, so that's going to hold that down. I don't have to worry about it. Or if you don't like that tab sticking up, go ahead and glue it down. Okay. Let's start with I have a piece of Real Red here and a piece of our pine. And this is our double-sided paper. And actually, that looks more like garden green. Let me just check the colors. Make sure I'm using the right colors here. Cherry Cobbler, Old Olive, Peaceful Pine, Pecan Pie, Real Red, Secret Sea. Okay, got the right colors. All right, so let's get out our dies here. What did I just do with them? All right. Now, okay. I have another stamp set here because the one I originally had a flaw in it, so I got another one to replace it, and now I don't know what I did with it. I just had it. That's the one with the flaw. These are my dies. Where did I go? Where did it go? Hold on. I thought I pulled the right one out, but I did not. I suppose I could just, you know, we'll just use die cuts. We'll skip the stamping of it. All right. I need my large die cut machine. And I do need my impressions folder. So let's get that out. I'm just dropping stuff all over my feet. Holy cow. That really kind of almost hurt because it just missed my foot. Alrighty. 1, 2, I'm missing a top. Okay. So first things first, we're going to take our dies. And since I have, oh man. So when I'm sitting on my desk chair, my lamp is at an angle, so if I put anything on my lap, it falls off. So everything always ends up falling on my feet. My feet get pretty banged up in my craft room here. All right. And I had to take my Cooper hair off my pad. I don't know how it gets his hair on there because I put it back in a bag and it's in a little drawer. Okay. So there we go with that. I want to grab both of my dies here because it'll just make it easier to die cut things at the same time. So we're going to take our leaf. All right, come on. And our leaf. And then we're going to take a couple of, we're just going to take this larger and this smaller one. So the medium, the 2 mediums. I might say the 2 5-stars. No, that's the 4-star. Wait. Yeah, the 2 5-star ones. Okay. All right. Oh no, don't stick. Hold on, please. Okay. Move this off to the side. Got this. I need to do my die cutting first. Got a little bit of glue there. All right, I need a little bit bigger piece of red here. Or more red, I should say. Now, I had a bin full of scraps, and I want to use my scraps instead of taking out a whole new sheet. Because that way I don't have to put my scraps away. they're out and they're done. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'll have enough now. I'll use this piece here. All right, so let's start with our die cutting. Pick up our flowers if I can pick them up. All right, so I'm just going to die cut those just like that. All right. So I'm just going to do it off to my side here. Because it's big and bulky and it just takes up some space. All right. I'm just moving my flowers around here so I can get a couple more. I'm going to run this through one more time. All right, so when I'm using my embossing, my impression pad, I have a die cut here. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to flip it over. All right, take this off. And I need to slide that. I want to keep my dies in my plate there. And yeah, I need to have... Sorry, I lost my brain for a minute. All right. I need to have this on there. So I'm going to turn over that. Oh, well, it came out. Okay, so never mind. I'm just going to place my flower back on there. And you can kind of feel it. All right. All right. Let's run this through. Okay, what did I miss here? Something didn't want to play well. It didn't emboss. I need my other plate. All right, there we go. Now it's working. All right. Pop those out. Oh, it moved. All right. All right, so now you can kind of see a flower. I got 2 of those, I got 1 of those. I need 2 more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, let's go back to cutting. I should have had all this done ahead of time, but I didn't think to do it, to tell you the truth. Sometimes I'm a little busy before my live, so I didn't think to prep that. Had everything else sitting ready and to go. It happens. All right. All right, so we got that. All right. I'll take off this right here. And I'm going to there. And we'll run it through real quick. Then I'll do my leaves there. I think I only need 2. Oh, I want to keep them in there. What was I doing? Oh, no, I didn't. I'm all done. Let's get this one popped out. Okay. Got poinsettias. Let's get our leaves. I'm just going back and forth between my cutting plates and my embossing plates. And I'm just looking to see, I'm going to go with my the dark side here. Now, if it comes off like that, it's not a big deal. So I'll show you what you can do. If your paper sticks to your die, which is great if it does that. If not, just go ahead, flip this over, and just tuck it back in. Right? It'll fit in there. Just tuck it back in. Take this one, put it down. This one. Ouch. Crush my elbow there. Come on. Where are you going? What do I have? What do I have going on here? I'm trying to do it with my opposite hand, and it didn't want to play well with me. All right. All right, so I've got 2 stems. I'm going to move all this out of the way. Move the die cut machine out of the way. Now you can make whatever color poinsettias you want. I just grabbed what I had there. All right. So I'm going to put, one of them is going to go on the front right here. And take a large and a small. Okay. So what I suggest is you put your flowers out so you can see which is the large and the small. You can kind of pair them up right away. All right. So now in here, I'm just going to take a little drop of glue. And I'll just drop this one on. Not being really particular about how I drop it on, I'm just dropping it on. I'll go ahead and get all of these done right away. Bring back in my paper, since I don't have my handy dandy silicone mat. Now you could layer this up with as many, you know, poinsettia petals as you want. I'm just doing it too. All right, now I do want a little embellishment on there. So let's just grab something here. I want it to be a little flatter. You know, I really like using this one. I actually used this for the poinsettia class that I did. And I actually have some classes left over, so in October I'll be posting those classes. All right, we're just going to use the white here. I'm just going to, why don't you stick? Add a little more glue. And I'm going to put this down right there. Okay, we'll take this one, put it right there. Right there. There we go. Alright, got those done. Oh, I forgot one. Forgot one. Now, I don't know that I'll even use all four, but you know what? I have them done. They're ready for me to go. I can always put them right back in my package with my dies or my stamp set and have it ready. Alright, I'm going to bring this back in. This one's kind of stuck to my paper. All right. Now we do need to bring in some scraps of things to make some tags. So I'm going to grab my basic white. Where'd I go with it? Here it is. Stick right here. And we're simply going to go. Now this has little hints of Secret Sea, so I'm going to be using my Secret Sea ink, and I'm going to also be using some Secret Sea paper. So with these tags, I want them to be, just measure my tag here, 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. So we're going to go to 4 3/4, 3 1/2. 3 1/2. And we'll do 2 more. 4 3/4. 2 1/2 or 3 1/2. Sorry. So from one sheet of cardstock, I've got my 4 tabs, and I got a little bit of extra paper if I need it. Okay. Next thing I'm going to pull out is going to be my handy dandy punch right here. And this punch is called the Keeping Tabs punch. I really like to use this. It just makes a fun little element for my notes here. So let's grab out piece of our, what do you call it? Two-tone cardstock. Now, a bunch of two-tone cardstock is also on sale. I don't know if Secret Sea is one of them. I don't even know if this particular pattern paper is one. I didn't check. You can use any pattern paper you have, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to just punch out 4 of them right away. Maybe 3. Three of those. And I'm going to do 2 of my Peaceful Pine. Because I don't know which ones I'm going to use. Okay. Again, I made my template with other designer series paper, so. Alright, so here's my first tab. And I'm just going to slide, first note. I'm going to slide that in to make sure it fits, and it does. But I really want this to be at a little bit of an angle, so I'm going to take a 1/4 inch off. And again, this is going to be, however you put in your glue there on how much you need to take off here. I just want to put it in kind of like that. Yeah, okay. I just want to add a little bit of an angle so they know it's something that's going to come out. Now, because I'm going to use my green here and I'm going to use my red here, I'm going to go ahead and actually put my blue, or my Secret C tab on. So I'm actually going to just grab my, my seal. I'm just going to run it there, like that. When I put this on my tag, these little shoulder edges there, I'm just going to put just a tad higher than the edge. Right? And I'm just eyeballing it. And then I'll just fold it right in half. Voila. Right? So I have my first tab in there. Now I'm not going to stamp on those. You decide what you want to put on those, what note you want, what picture you want. I'm just going to show you all the little embellishments that I'm going to use. All right. So I want to pop my flower up. So what I'm going to do, I am actually going to, and I'm going to be kind of sneaky about this, all right? I'm going to take my white here, and I need to grab a 1/2 inch circle. A 1/2 inch circle punch. Stop it, Cooper. Stop chewing your paw. Let's see, where's my 1/2 inch circle punch? I have one. I just don't know where I went. There it is. Ouch. Cooper, stop, please. Alright, so I'm just going to take this smaller piece here. I'm going to take this, and I'm going to bring this back in. I just want to see, okay, I'm going to have it right here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of my liquid glue. I could easily use a glue dot. In fact, that would probably be a better option. I'm going to put that right there. This will give me a place to put my dimensional so I can pop up my flower. So here we go. There we go. I'm just going to center my flower right on there, whichever way I want to go with it. All right, just like that. And when I put this on, I do want to just use my lower leaves there. So let's go ahead. We are going to use glue dots. I think it's going to be easier than using liquid glue. It'd be less messy. So I'm going to take a glue dot to the back of these lower leaves here. Now, one thing I'm doing, I'm pressing really well so that when I pull the paper up from that backing, my glue dot will come up with it. All right. I don't want to tear that, so. All right. And just make sure I have that low enough. There we go. You'll know because your card won't slide out. Just make sure you have them low enough. All right. There we go. So that's one. One page down. Oh, I got glue there. Let's flip this over. One page down. Inside. This is where I said I'm going to take my stem here. Now, this is the one that kind of popped out. So I'm just going to take my snips. I'm going to snip a little bit down here. It's just got a little funky edge. So I'm just going to trim off that little edge. No one will know the difference. All right. And this, I am just going to take my liquid glue and I'm going to glue it completely down. So we're just going to take some glue and put it on the back of each of the leaves. Now here would be a great place to tuck in a little gift card. So we're going to tuck our little gift card in right here. Get that pushed down. And take our flower here. And I'm just going to put some glue just on the back stems. I kind of want it, I'm just turning it to see how I like it. So these little top ones, I'm just going to kind of curl up a little bit with my finger. It'll kind of go back down when you close the book, but it'll pop up again. All right. So in the front, we're going to do that same thing. We're going to curl those up. You can actually curl all of them up. Just curl the edges. Just use your fingers. You can use a bone folder. There we go. I love that. You know, this was my first poinsettia set I've ever bought. They've had many before in the past, but I just never bought them, and I don't know, this one struck my fancy. All right, so now we're going to take one of our other little tabs here, and this time we're going to use the light pine. Put that on there. Again, that shoulder goes just above the edge. Fold it over and match those tabs in back. There we go. Got a little pocket right there. All right, now we've got our 2 pockets back here. So on this one, I've got my 2 pieces left here. And I've got 4 tags left. So one we will do in blue and one we will do in green. So I'm going to use my Secret C here. All right, my dog is like a nervous little Millie. He's sitting there chewing his nails. It drives me crazy. Sorry if you hear that in the background. I don't know why he does that, but he does. All right, so that one just fits in there. Let's go ahead and take this one. Again, just put the shoulders just above. And I'm not measuring that. I'm just eyeballing it. Right. These are actually some of the things I'm going to be doing for an upcoming craft fair. I'm going to be making these. All right, so now you have, again, little places to put photos or notes. And to finish it off, I actually just want to put another embellishment on there. So I'm just going to use my liquid glue, and I'm just going to put adhesive on this half of my flower. All right. Because I know that's going to go right here. All right. And again, we'll curl it up a little bit. All right. There we go. Okay. So that is our little decorative folder. Now, what you can do is, I happen to have some old red thread. And I am just going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to tie a little bow. Scissors here. Oh, no worries. Joining anytime is totally fine. You're not going to be marked tardy. It's okay. All right. We're going to jump into our next project, which is going to be a gift bag, which is a little faster. Now, unfortunately, I didn't write down my measurements, so it may just take me a moment or two to remember what those are. Okay, so I'm just going to slide my ribbon behind my poinsettia right down to my pocket, and there we go. Okay, little pocket portfolio for you. You can put cards or notes or whatever you want in there. Okay. Let me just get this area cleaned up a little bit. Let's put our dies all away. Right. And where did the other die set go? I like to make sure I get these put away right away. Oh, and one of the other videos, I said I lost it. I found it. Where did I find it? It had fallen off my table, which I knew because I heard it fall. I just couldn't find it. Well, it landed in, I have a little bin of my scrap paper to put away. So when I have pieces out, I put it in there. When it gets full, I put it all away. That's where it was. Pretty relieved at that. Okay. Next, we're going to grab 2 pieces of designer paper here. Again. So I'm using that same designer series paper. I did want a non-directional pattern again. Here's the thing. If you do use a directional pattern, we're going to be folding the top down. So just make sure that this side's not directional. So if one side is, that's fine. But if the second side is directional, then it's going to be upside down. All right? So just saying. Okay, so we're going to take these pieces here. And we're going to score them. On one side, I'm going to score it at 2 inches. And make sure you're using your gray one. And don't press real hard. You don't want to cut into your paper. Just going back and forth several times, all right? Then on the other 3 sides, I'm scoring at 3 inches. So our first score was at 2 inches, and the next 3 scores are at 3 inches. And we're going to do that for our second sheet of paper as well. And I want it going the same way. So my 2-inch side was this one. Okay. I'm going to do that one first. Okay, 2 inches. So this is the one I did at 2 inches. This paper is non-directional, so it wouldn't really matter. I mean, it's a little directional, but this would be a great bag for your favorite quilter in life. I'll probably go to my mother filled with all sorts of little goodies in there. You know, she doesn't need anything anymore. She likes people to spend time with her, so I think we're going to be filling this with like coupons, like all sorts of coupons. Spa day, take me out to breakfast, take me to the bank day, you know, just things like that. All right. I'm going to have my sons fill in some coupons too, and we'll just give her a giant bag of coupons. And she can call and say, I'm redeeming my coupon for... I did that one a long time ago for her, and she really did like it. Okay. So now what I have is, I'm just going to fold these top 2 pieces over like this, all right? Just so I know which side is which. Because I need to cut my bottom pieces here. All right. So let's go ahead and grab our bone folder. Really good score. Really good score. And we're going to go around each side here and score it. Now you can make your bag different sizes. Just adjust the measurements. Just so you know that all 3 sides should be the same distance, all right? The only thing you're going to remember. So maybe maybe I just wanted a 2-inch bag. Well, then I would just, in this case, make all sides, 4 sides, 3 inches. This will be a little bit bigger bag. And I hope I did my piece here. I hope I didn't use it for something. I think I did. All right. I'll just need to, oh, here it is. Found it. I have a piece that is 3 inches by 6 inches. This is going to give us some stability in the bottom of the bag. All right. So this is my top. So on this one piece, I'm going to cut on this side so you can see. I'm going to cut from bottom to my score line there. You can use your trimmer, you can use your scissors, whatever you're more confident with. All right. And then on this one, so I cut these flaps up and down. The next important thing is on this one, I'm going from the outside in, all right? I'm going on the sides this time. So I'm going to turn it. Easy peasy gift box. Now I can go through these pretty quick. I'm going slow just so you can see what's happening here. All right. I'm going to take my little 3x6 piece here. I'm going to tape it on the inside. If it, you know, is a little bit big, cut it down. Like take an 1/8 of an inch off, which is what I'm going to do here. I'm going to adhere it right here. I don't want to impede on any of my score lines there. So I'm just going to use my seal. I would usually use tear and tape, but I don't have my tear and tape handy. So I'm going to use my Seal Plus. All right, so I just need to see where those edges are. Okay, there we go. All right. All right. All right, so this is one part of our bag, one side of our bag, and this is the other side of our bag. Right. So when I put this together, I would be tucking my flaps in, and this one, tucking my flaps in. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to put adhesive I'm going to do it on all four sides. Some people don't put it as much adhesive on as I do, but I tell you what, I like my bag to stick together. I don't want it falling apart. So I am going to put adhesive like that. All right, so I'm going to lift that up. And then I'm just going to make sure my edges match. Match my edges here. So I'm looking at this edge and this edge. All right, so I have my bag right here. The other one, we're going to have these four flaps have adhesive. If you want to just do one side at a time, you can. I'm just so used to doing it, I always do all my tabs at one time. All right. And then just give it a good rub. Make sure your adhesive grabbed on. All right. So now this is going to be my outside piece. I'm going to take this one and put it in so that I end up covering that red piece that we put in there. Now, what I'm doing on the sides is I'm sliding that together. And hopefully that will overlap with each other. Okay. Why I did that is because it kind of keeps it from being a flap. But I do want adhesive here, so we're just going to take some adhesive and okay, this is my outside. I'm actually going to lift this for a minute. And I want adhesive here, here. I'm just doing it on the sides. Right. I should have put my adhesive on before I glued those together, but I didn't. All right. Now notice I didn't push down those flaps yet because I need to slide that paper in. The other thing you can do is you can put adhesive on the bottom. Right. Slide that in. Flap there. Just make sure, again, you don't push your side down like I just did. If you did, just carefully lift it up. Come on. Did you lift up? Okay. Right. Just pushing the sides in. Sliding that in, sliding that one in, and oh, it grabbed again. Okay, there we go. All right. I'm gonna leave this one out. Sorry, it's not playing nice right now. All right, so I'm just gonna slide that in, rub my bottom together, rub my side together, rub this side together. Oh, that didn't go in all the way. Make sure that your side goes in. Okay. All right, so now gently fold this back over. Usually it slides right on. So just give me a moment. I just need to. Okay. Oh, please! I gotta pull my box apart. It didn't want to do what it's supposed to. So I've got my four corners. I'm just trying to make sure, and I ripped it because I lifted that up. But that's okay, no one's going to see it. All right. Got that one sitting. It's sitting just fine until I put adhesive on. All right. In this corner, I got adhesive in a bad spot in this corner, and it just doesn't want to slide in correctly. Yeah, this spot just doesn't want to. There we go. Just gonna shove it down. All right, I'm just gonna put it together. That side's a little raunchy, but that's because it just didn't want to in here. I'm pushing these sides a little bit. So here's my little gift box. And if I squish this enough here, I can actually make it a little gusseted bag. Right. And this is where I would decorate the front. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring a hole punch in. I want to put a hole on each side. It's really hard to go through all that paper. I'm just telling you now. So if you don't have a lot of strength to push it through, then do one side at a time. I just gotta find my hole punch here. Okay. Oh, that's not it. Keep finding the wrong sizes. Where is it? And all my hole punches in one place here, and I can't see them. Okay. Well, of course not. All right. Oh. Okay. Let's see if I can find my crop it out. Okay. I've got my handy dandy crop it out. I'm just going to use that. Right. So I want this hole punch here. So I'm going to go just slide this in. I'm going as far as I can. All right. There we go. I can come back now and my bag center here. Come on. I just want to get my holes in the right place, in the same place. Now, using the Crop It Out, you can actually punch through all these layers at one time. But I don't know who sells a Crop It Out anymore. But it doesn't have to be exact. I mean, if you're a little off, you're a little off. Okay. All right. So now, again, I've got that red ribbon here. I'm just going to start with going through from the inside out. Now, every time I like, and I do buy, you know, dollar store bags, just when I'm in a hurry. One thing I hate is that these handles always come loose. All right, so what I'm doing right here right now is I am making sure that my ribbon, because I didn't measure it, is the same length. Both handles have the same length ribbon. All right. Grab my point edge. Push it through. Push it through on this side. Right. Then I'm just going to pull it so I can make a little knot. Now, as I was saying, like the dollar store bags, these strings always come off. Drives me crazy. All right, so if you do this, you either have a decorative on the outside or on the inside, but this way, this doesn't slide through. Just saying. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? All right. Pull that through this way. I'm just making my knot. I do want to make sure, you know, I'm kind of getting the same distance between my handles. So it's not completely lopsided. All right, so now I got my two handles. Ta-da! Cute little gift bag. The seams right here are going to be in the back. This is the side that you would decorate. So cute little gift bag. You can put your handy dandy little flyer right in there. All right, just like that. Okay. And again, yes, you could decorate the front. You know what? I have a couple little pieces here. Let's go ahead and decorate our front. We're just going to make one long tag here. I'm just going to take my scissors and I don't think that's going to be quite the right width. All right. So I've got a piece here. I'm going to cut this piece. We'll put our little poinsettia right on there. So I'm putting my poinsettia right in the middle of this. Let's just grab a glue dot to do that with. Normally I would make a really cute little tag to go with it. I don't have time to make the tag today. We have another project to do. All right. So I would love to see what you are doing for your tag. So I'm just going to trim it right here. And we'll trim it right in half. So it's going to be at 4 1/4 inches. So my tag is 4 1/4 inches by 2 3/4. I'm going to put this right on there. We'll do it on this side because I got something on there. I'm just going to put it on there, and now you can make a little note for them. So let's go ahead and just put some adhesive here. Off to my side. I'm going to take my smaller hole punch here, and I'm going to punch a hole there. We'll grab another piece of ribbon here. We'll thread that through real quick. All right. And now I can just tie this right to the front. Tie it right to that tag right there. Trying to get this there. You can make a knot or a bow. I'm going to make a little bow if I have enough paper, enough ribbon here. We'll see. Oh, I don't. So, okay. We're just going to make a cute little knot. All right, there's my little knot. Right, I didn't pull it really tight so I can adjust where it is on there. But there we go. So our handy dandy little gift bag. Again, I would probably do a little bit cuter tag, but you know, it does a trick. Okay, next. This is a fun one. So this is a little caddy. This time I'm changing up the paper because I really wanted to share with you the new Glow of Harvest Designer Series paper. It's specialty paper and it is gorgeous. All right. If you haven't gotten it, oh, you need to get it. It's so pretty, and I'm really hoping the camera does justice to it. I have a feeling it won't. Okay, where did I put it? Okay, so I'm going to show you the paper first, and then I'm going to get out the spies. All right, so it is very heavy paper. All right. The back side is white, so it's not double-sided. But look at how gorgeous this is. It has a shimmer to it. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on it, but it has a number of different patterns here. So you've got, how many sheets? 12 sheets? Yeah, 12 sheets. So here's the next pattern. The pumpkins I thought were really pretty. This is pretty. This is actually the one that we're going to be using. And this one we'll be using. So I actually used about 2.5, I think. Maybe not quite. So these are the two pieces that I pulled out. And so I only used 2 3/4. Right? 2 3/4? Let me double check. 2.5. I have a 2.5 inch strip that I used from both of these pieces. Now you could use all the same, but again, this is kind of a directional thing. Because this one is directional, I really couldn't use it for all sides. So, where is my project now? Uh-oh. Where's my project? Here it is. I have it all done. So I'm going to share that with you. So this is our project. So you can see I have my directional paper here, and on the inside I have my non-directional. So this is a great thing to put like on the centerpiece of a table. You can fill it with candy. What I like to do is I shred paper and crimp it, and I put it in here. So I take paper, you know, I crimp it, and then I make strips, and I just put it in here. Like the paper Easter egg grass. Perfect for inside of here. You know, you can get that at any dollar store. But you put that in, then you put your candies in, and you have a great little centerpiece. Isn't that cute? So I'm just showing you how to make this today. I didn't plan on doing a like a little topper for it. I will, because I really want to use this one. I'm actually going to decorate it up with the simple leaves that I had showed you earlier. All right, so for this I need a 8 1/4 by 8 1/4 piece of Cajun Craze, and I'm going to score all 4 sides at 2 3/4. Get that up here. Doo-doo. Okay, so now that I have 9 blocks that are all 2 3/4, what I need to do is I need to score this at a diagonal in each of these 4 corners. All right, so to do that, I'm going to place this in my trimmer here, and I'm going to put this tip right there and this tip right here. Oh, I need to switch my trimmer around. Hold on. All right. Hoping you can see it all. So I'm putting it, making sure that both tips are in that groove, all right? Then I'm going to take my little scoring blade, and I'm going to go right to this little intersection right here. Now, if you have both these corners in that groove, you should be good to go. So I'm just going to go up there. Okay, and then I can just go straight over here, and then right there. There we go. Didn't go quite far enough, so I'll come down just a little bit more. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just put my 2 corners into the groove. Right down there. And you can see if you got to that corner or not. And then I'm going to go right here. All right. It's okay if you went over a little bit. It's not a big deal. All right. Next thing I'm going to do is, I'm not going to be doing any cutting. I'm going to grab my squares. So I have my 4 squares that are directional here. I thought I had 4 squares. No, this one fell on the floor earlier, and I don't know if I got it picked up. Let's see. Uh-oh. Well, where did it go? Well, that's the problem with me cutting them out earlier. All right, let me see if I have it on my table here somewhere. So I've got one. Oh, here it is. It just stuck together. I'm like, I know I had all 4 pieces. All right, so when I'm laying these out, I like to lay them out first. So what I want is on the direction, the top of the direction is going to go to the top or the outside here. All right. So on each corner, I like to do that first to make sure I have them going in the right way. All right. So now I can go ahead and adhere these pieces down. So again, I'm going to use my seal. I'm going to use it. My Seal Plus I'm using. You can use tear and tape, liquid glue, and I'm just going to center these right in there. Now my upline actually shared a little secret with me on doing my corners, and I'm going to share that with you. Actually, it's not really a secret. It's a little trick. You would think that you just you just adhere those on. No, no, no. I'm going to show you a better way. Because this paper is really, really thick. It's actually, it feels like it's heavier than cardstock. I'm actually going to do a scrapbook page on this. I can't wait. Okay. I think I have this one going the wrong way. I do. Good thing I didn't press down real hard. I'm just going to add a little bit more adhesive here. And I want the direction going out to the outside of my box. All right. Because now we're going to take this and we're going to bend this in. So we want to make sure that we have this burnished really well. So where did my bone folder go? And for this card, it doesn't matter if you put your 4 sides on or not. You can burnish before. Okay. But you have to do it before you do these pieces. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these and I'm going to push in. All right. So I'm kind of making a corner. It's not going to stay a corner, but I need to kind of pinch that. All right. I'm going to do it with this side. I'm going to do it on all 4 sides. I'm just going to give it a good rub. I can take my bone folder and kind of press it right there. This is key to making your little caddy. Yes, you can make it into a box, but hey, we're going to make it into a caddy. And I didn't have to do any cutting or fancy schmancy things with this. So quick and easy to do, and you can make all different sizes, okay? This is eventually going to go together, but we'll need to pop some holes in there so we can tie it together with a ribbon. But let's get our corners done here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our trimmer again, and we're just going to cut these in half at an angle. All right. So I'm just going to lay this in here and go corner to corner. When I do this, I like to put them in order I cut them right next to me. It just makes it easier so I know which ones to mix and match. I really don't want to mix and match them. I want them to stay together. All right. There we go. Then I'll come back in and I'm going to adhere them right to the little corners here. Now, I don't want to go all the way in. I want a little bit of a gap in between them where that score line is. And I am going to use my liquid glue because I want to make sure these corners, these tips, are staying in place. Okay, so again, kind of try to get out of the way here so you can see I'm not going all the way to that score line. I'm leaving a little bit of a gap. Pushing this down so my glue spreads out. This is kind of the puttiest piece of this. Just gluing these on. Which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, this is not hard. These are a great item for craft fairs. Because everyone is looking for a little something to give someone, right? Or maybe for their own desk. You could fill it with, like I said, candy. You could put nuts in there. You could put, you know, even little crafting supplies. Right. And actually, the hardest part, I think, to this project is getting that ribbon through. I'm not great at that part. I have to admit. I struggle a little bit with it. All right. But I love the idea of using my paper for more than just making cards. Because sometimes, you know, I can't decide what side of the paper to use on a card and it's hidden. So by making a 3D project, a lot of times I can use both sides of my card. Yeah. Yeah, this Golden Glow of Harvest, I don't know why I can't think of the name, is gorgeous paper. I can't wait to see all the projects my group comes up with. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a scrapbook page. Well, I have to find out if it's okay to do a scrapbook page. My plan is to do a scrapbook page. And if I can't do it in the group, well, then I'm going to do it online. I have a whole bunch of different ideas for this paper, so I am probably going to just do a video on all this paper because I just really love this. I wish this was paper that we could get a lot more of. I think it's gorgeous. But I can only get one of them too. So, all right. So now I've got my corners in, and look at how nice and finished that looks by doing that. What I need now to do is take my hole punch and just punch a hole right on that score line. I'm not measuring, I'm just kind of eyeballing where I want to go with it. Okay. This one doesn't want to slide in for some reason. All right. Wow, we've gotten through 3 projects already. Can you believe that? I'm going to use my Golden Glow ribbon here. And I'm going to start with an angle here. Let's start on the outside. Pull it through. Here. Pull it through. Go on the outside, go in. It just is kind of awkward when you're doing this. I don't know. Okay, I need a little bit more ribbon here. I just need to make sure my ribbon is straight too, so it doesn't have any twists in it. All right. All right. Okay. Now, just going to pull these together. I'm going to come around the side with this one and this one, and I'm going to put a bow right over here. Oh, actually, my bow. See, this is where it got kind of weird. I'm like, I got it on the outside there. Unless I just pull it on the inside. Let's try that. Maybe I can just go down the inside. I don't want it to be... Right, I'm just pulling it here. So it kind of comes together. My little corners come together. I need to get this in better. All right. And we're going to tie this. I need to trim some of it off. I just don't have a good way of getting those corners in. But this bow will kind of hide that. If someone else knows of a different way, send me your video of it. I'd really like to know a better way. Alright, so now we have this big loopy bow here. And what I can do is I can actually like take a little pick, like a little, my bamboo skewer here. I can put that right in the middle, and I can decorate this bamboo skewer with a little something, which is probably what I'm going to do. I just didn't do it for today. I thought of that, like, oh, I don't know, about 10 minutes before I came live. I'm like, oh, I should do that. Yeah, okay. All right, let's trim these edges off a little bit, make it look pretty. All right, I'm going to bring all 3 projects for today. So again, this is our 12 by 12 paper magic. And discover the possibilities. Okay, so we first had our little folio pocket holder. So right here, I don't have it adhered to the back, but I could easily put a glue dot. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Little trick. So I'm going to take my glue dot here. I'm going to put it, oh, it didn't come off. Oh, I poked my finger. I'm just going to put that right there, right behind my ribbon. There. So now when I open this up, my ribbon doesn't fall away. It stays in place. All right. So this was our little card folio. Again, you can put little sentiments in there. You can put verses. You can put Bible verses. You can put poems. You can put pictures. So many different things. And I'm going to call it a pocket folio. That's what I'm calling them. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. Here's my ribbon. All right. So then we made this cute little gift bag using 2 pieces of 12 by 12 paper and just scoring the top at 2 inches and then all 3 other sides at 3 inches and then just putting it together. All right. So then we made a little gift tag to go with it. Just tied it right on there. And we can put our little folio inside of there. And then our third and final project was our little caddy. So our Golden Harvest, I'm calling it Golden Harvest, okay? It's Glow of Harvest is a designer series paper, but I can't remember to say that. So Golden Harvest. These are my Golden Harvest caddies. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight. I hope you like these projects. Let me know. If you make these projects, go ahead and share them on the Facebook page. And I am going to post I'm going to make a post, and I'll do that momentarily, saying share your 12 by 12 paper projects, okay? Take a picture, put it in that post. If you comment in that post, you'll be able to add your picture. If you try to make a post on my page, it doesn't allow you, so you have to post a comment. All right, thanks all for joining me. Have a great evening, and we will see you on Thursday for our Stampin' Fun and More. I have projects made. I just don't remember which ones I'm doing, so I can't tell you at the moment. All right, take care. Have a wonderful night. And join me next Tuesday for our third and final episode of our 12 by 12 paper magic. Bye.